tasked to interview a systems analyst. We have a videotape. We're here to videotape an interview about the roles of a system analyst in the development cycle. So, for formality's sake, what is your name?
I'm Magsukol.
And may I ask, what is your educational background?
I graduated from De La Salle BS Computer Science, and I took up some units in De La Salle, Las Marinas for Master in Business Administration, majoring in IT.
Wow. So, what is your profession in terms of the company? Like, could you give us part of your job and the nature of the business if possible, like Roxanne?
I'm the IT group manager for the Ross Holdings. It's a holding company for the sugar business, wherein the subsidiaries are Central Esparra, Pedro, Inasubu, Central Esparra, then Carlota in Visayas, and we have an ethanol plant, Sol, Value Energy.
So, can you give us the nature of the business? Like,
it's more of sugar production, anything that has to do with sugar cane. So that's why we have an ethanol plant.
So it comes from like getting the sugar canes and processing them, and at the same time selling them to the public.
Selling this.
And so, like, what are the kinds of information systems that the company presently has?
For information system, for our ERP, we're using SAP Business One, and then all others are in-house developed. We have a production system that covers from the sugar cane delivery up to withdrawal of sugar sales, and we also have our own materials management system, job services requisitioning, payroll, HRIS.
With this, you said that it's an in-house developed program, so it is the company itself that develops this kind of programs. Like, what does it support? Like, does it make it more flexible, or what are the advantages or disadvantages?
The advantages of an in-house developed system is that the in-house developed system is more customized to our needs. Rather than the users adapting to the package, it's the system that adjusts to the user's needs.
So what are the common problems that
the problem really is more of the controls, and sometimes it's not aligned to best practices. Usually, and it takes time to develop the system.
So, would you consider that the IT supports that are developed critical to the company? Like, it affects the company greatly in
yes. Basically, our in-house developed system supports the major processes, because that covers production, sugar production, sales, and our requisitioning.
So, the users of the programs are basically everyone in the company,
yes.
Correct? So, usual problems that are like encountered on your job
besides being the manager, I also do analysis and programming. I have systems that I handle. So basically, when it comes to systems development, the common problems are more of adapting to the emerging technology, because you really have to balance whether you will opt for this technology or stay with what the users are accustomed to. Second, the users are always changing their needs. You present them with, they ask for a report, and then the next time they have a different report that they'll be asking. So that's the problem when you do your own customization.
So, what do you do to prevent such problems if there's...
We try to come up with a process which we call transferring the information or the knowledge to our users. So basically, most of our systems are capable of exporting data to Excel. Since users are familiar with Excel, instead of them asking us to generate reports for them, what we do is train them on how to export the information in Excel and try to do their own report formats in Excel.
So, what do you think is the skill most needed by a system analyst for in the workplace?
What I require from our system analyst is more of the problem-solving technique skills. Basically, I believe that our SA or our systems analyst should be able to analyze at once what really is the problem, because that's the bottleneck. If you are not able to identify the problem, definitely you will not be able to come up with solutions. So that's the most important thing I'm looking at when I look for SAs or systems analysts. He should be knowledgeable on problem solving. Second, you should also be familiar with the business processes, because if you're a graduate of a computer course, you should also be familiar with business courses like accounting, because definitely the solutions are not really just programs. You really have to apply it with a business process. So that's the second. And third, the SA should also be familiar with the programming skills, because you might have a programmer, but if the programmer and the SA do not agree with each other, or the SA is not familiar with the programming language being used, definitely the system can't take over. As a systems analyst, I'm the one, if I'm doing the systems analyst job, I'm the one initiating the meetings with the users. And then I do the analysis or more of problem analyzing and scoping of the project. And then after the initiation, that's part of the initiation phase, the next is designing the output and the inputs for the system. And then if I have a programmer, I do the algorithms and the flow charting for the programmer, so we could do the detailed programs for the system. And then I'll also take charge in checking or doing a test on the output of the programmer. And then after, once the system is completed, I'll take charge and make sure that the users accept the system. So basically, it's more of the general design that the system analyst is doing.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, so what a system analyst does is it connects the people and the IT together. So he finds out the needs of the job and uses IT to make the business processes better in terms of the people.
So it's more of providing the link between the business needs and the IT solution that is available.
So he's basically like, he's just helping out in the system development lifecycle. He's more of, he makes sure that the system development cycle is met in terms of planning, analysis, design, implementation, operation, support, and design. Systems analysts do much more of the planning.
Yeah, it's more of planning, analysis, and design. For planning on available resources, meeting user requirements. And then on the analysis side, it's more of checking out if the technology available could meet the requirements of the user. And on the design side, it covers coming up with the screen designs, output report formats, and database design, so that whatever needs the user require, it would be addressed.
So, did you use any systems development tools and techniques in developing your system?
We have our own software development lifecycle, or SDLC. We adopted a simpler SDLC. We developed it ourselves because basically, if we follow that of what is available for ISO, our problem is that the one available for ISO is catered to software companies. And since we're much more of an in-house IT or in-house systems developer, we tried to modify and made it simpler so that it would be more easier for us to fulfill the requirements of our own SPS.
So what is the major role of IT as a system analyst?
Basically, since we're developing computerized systems, so basically that's more of IT. But for the systems analyst, we're trying to utilize more of the IT tools available. Like, it's much easier to come up with designs now because we have programs available, or we have the latest IT or the latest software available on doing designs like flow charting. We have Visio for Microsoft, so it's much more easier. So basically, it aids the systems analyst in coming up with the design. And it's easier to do prototyping of systems when with the technology available.